Don't you just love it when DoorDash says it's very busy in your area and then you wait 45 minutes for an order?
Seriously?
Uber Eats, lots of deliveries in your area. Proceeds to wait 1 hour before I receive one order. Story of my life. It's Wednesday today. I don't know why DoorDash said it was very busy because I have been online for 15 minutes and I received a total of one order that was kind of crappy and going in the direction I don't want to go. Uber Eats, they said lots of deliveries in your area and I have yet to receive a delivery. So I'm just gonna go and drive to my hotspot and hope for the best. So I am on my way to deliver my first order of the day. I forgot to take a screenshot. It was a $10.25 for 2.34 miles, I don't remember. I am on my way right now. She is 9 minutes away and she said, please ring the doorbell while dropping off. So I will. And I will also tell you why you always need to check your item. I just delivered. Sorry about the hair. I have to wash my hair. So I just delivered this order. It was $10.75 as expected.
Take the next right on Cody Road.
I said you always need to check the items in your orders. Why? First of all, to check if there are drinks. Like sometimes the restaurants, they don't know. Like they have a lot of orders. They thought that the order didn't have drinks and they had drinks. Like one time I remember I think it was the Habit Burger. And I don't know why, because usually it tells me. But I had an order and they gave me a drink, and on the DoorDash thing there was no drink. So you know. And so I go in there and I gave the name, which was Lilia. There was a guy and a girl, and he hands me a bag and he's like, here you go. And on the order there was 2 milkshakes. And I was like, well, there are shakes with that, right? And he was like, oh, really? So he checked. And I didn't check the bag, you know, because he was like, here you go. And he was like, oh, okay. Then he hands me a strawberry milkshake. And I was like, there is another one. Like, there is a strawberry and vanilla. And he was like, oh. So he looks. And he begins to do another milkshake. And then the girl, she's like, oh, can I see your order? So I show her, and she was like, oh, he gave you the wrong bag. And she looked at the bag, and yeah, the name was wrong. I would have caught it because I always check the ticket, but I would have caught it at the car. So I would have had to go back, which is also a lesson for me, I guess. And then literally I give her the bag again, and literally 30 seconds later, not even 30 seconds later, a girl enters and she's like, oh, you're picking up? And she's like, yeah, for Lila. And my customer was Lilia. So I was like, okay, I understand. It's an honest mistake, you know, it happens to everyone. And she was like, see. And so it was a much larger bag for my customer. And she was like, so the straws are in there. And the guy was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, well, you know, the names were really similar. Like, it can happen to anyone. And it's pretty slow right now. And it's the lunch shift on a Wednesday, you know, whatever. It's my grandmother used to tell me it's always the people who don't do anything that don't do any mistakes, you know, which is true. Like, it's fine. It's an honest mistake. And it's also my job to make sure that I'm grabbing the correct order. Like, you can't just go in there and be like, well, they gave me the wrong order. 13 miles. Hell no. When you did not even check the order that you accepted. Like, at some point you also, I'm sorry for the noise. Okay, this road is absolutely awful. Like, awful. It's so steep. When I brake, I can feel the ground. Oh, God damn. I don't mind going into the hills, but come on. It's always the people that live in the narrowest street. Oh, I delivered here the other day. It's also your job as a driver to make sure that you have the correct order. Of course, you can't check the sealed bags, but you have to check that the name is correct and if there are drinks. Honestly, the only restaurants I know that put the drinks inside the sealed bags is McDonald's. Like any other restaurant, come on, just check. Like, it happens to forget. It happens. Like, it happens to every one of us. Every delivery driver out there made a mistake at some point. They forgot the drink, or they forgot the drink at the restaurant, or they forgot the drink in their car because you put it here in the cup holder and then you forget. It happens. Oh, there was a stop here? Well, there's nobody anyway. And I am driving at 5 miles per hour, so if I didn't catch it, which could have happened, I could have been like, oh, thank you, bye, and then go on my merry way and just deliver somebody else's order. And then the restaurant would have been like, oops, because the girl literally came in to, I think she made an order for herself. It was not a delivery driver. So they would have had to remake the food.
Turn left, then turn right.
And then I might have had a violation because the food was not the correct food. I don't think I would have gotten one, to be honest, but you never know. Some customers are really mean. But at least I would have had something bad happen to me because it was the wrong food and missing items for the 2 shakes, and that would have been on my part. Like, what's in the bag is not on my part, but the shakes are on me. Like, I should always check. It will avoid you being in an uncomfortable situation where the food is wrong. It doesn't mean that it's safe proof 100%, but at least you're removing a lot. That was not your turn to go, sir, but okay. People, they are willing to drive over you. Doordash, I hate your new decline thing. I absolutely hate it. It's the worst that you can make. Now I have to click on 2 spaces on the screen, and sometimes 9 miles. Come on, what are those orders? Anyway, all of that to say that please check your customer's name and please check your items. It will save you time and save you trouble. 100% it will save you trouble. Even if you don't think that you will never forget something, it will. You will one day, and then you'll be like, oh, I remember that she told me to check the items and I didn't, so that's on me. Please do it. 6 miles? I don't think so. I just took an $18 order on Uber Eats for 8 miles, but to be honest, there is literally nothing else popping up apart from $5 orders on Doordash. I went to get gas and I used Get Upside and Gas Buddy. I will leave the links in the description. One of the order was not ready, so I have to wait a little bit, but that's all good. Now I have both orders and I am on my way to deliver the first person, and it is a leave at my door. So let's go. She's 16 minutes away. I just delivered both orders. So the first one was a leave at my door. Pretty easy. The front door was open. She literally came out. I had the time to take the picture. She came out. She said thank you. And the second one, it was at a high school, I think, or elementary school. But she said please meet in the parking lot, and then she gave the cross streets. And she was literally, I think she was the parking attendant or something with another person. And she called me as I was getting inside the parking lot, which was an open parking lot, and she was literally just over there. Super easy drop off. I did keep the drinks in my cooler, which I bought, I think I bought it on Amazon or something, and the drinks were extra cold, which is amazing. And I think she had been in the sun, so I think she's gonna appreciate it. But anyway, I am heading back home right now, and I'm literally 10 minutes from home, and this is why I took it. It is 1:48 p.m. Pretty slow-ish lunch but I was expecting it. My shift on DoorDash ended and it took me out of my zone anyway, so no surprises here. I'm gonna end the dash on DoorDash, $10, and if I can get another delivery on Uber in the meantime on the way, but I doubt it because it's just really slow on Wednesdays. I'm happy I was even able to make that much, which is I guess $30,
3 kilometers.
a little bit less than $30. It is 5:52 p.m. It is the same day with my hair cleaned. Traffic is getting a bit crazy out there. Not sure why, because it's Wednesday. To me, I don't understand traffic. But anyways, I did get $18.08 for that Uber Eats stack order that I did, and I did not film it, but I did do a shipped order, which is very weird, but it was $12.08. I don't know what I have today with the 8 cents. It was for the Target that is literally behind my apartment complex. Not even 2 minutes driving there. It was for only 3 items, which were health and beauty items, feminine items, and it was for a less than 2-mile drive to the customer. So I decided to take it because I was like, okay, I don't like how shipped works, but this was a good order even without a tip. So I was like, even if the person doesn't tip, it's still a decent order, because it's gonna take me 10 minutes tops for that order to get to shop for it, and then to go through the line and then get out of the Target. There was one of the item that they didn't have in store, but they had so she wanted the 12 Oz and they had the 24 Oz, and I was lucky because she was super responsive. I texted her and she texted me back right away. She said, yeah, that's fine. Also, I will put the screenshot here, but please do yourself a favor if you do shipped. I know there are the aisle on the app, but if you download the Target app, if you haven't done it, do it. Why? Because it will sometimes tell you which zone. So basically, I had an order one time, and it was for, I think it was egg whites, and it was saying that it was supposed to be with the milk and stuff, and for the life of me, I could not find it. And when I checked on the app, it shows you, so they are it tells you the aisle, the section, and then it says show a map of Target whatever, and if you click on it, you can see exactly where it is. And instead of being with the milk like it said it was a little bit to the right in a corner where I did not see it because it was behind whatever. So it will help you find the items even faster. And sometimes the aisle on shipped is wrong. On that same order, I was supposed to get a razor, feminine razor, and it said it was in one aisle, and on the app it said it was in another aisle, and yeah, it was in the aisle that the Target app was saying. Do yourself a favor, especially if you have a lot of items. Sometimes it's hard to find something when you're not used to shop for it, if that makes sense. People who do Instacart and shipped will understand. Even if you do shop and deliver on Uber Eats and DoorDash, you will understand what I mean. I think it took 5 minutes, and it was a promo order, which was supposed to be delivered between 4 and 5, and I got it at, I think it was 3:20 p.m. and I still managed to arrive before the time that she had requested. So it was a promo, And I was even early as to the time that was on the app. It was a drop off. I texted her, I'm on my way. She said thanks. I dropped it off, took a picture, texted it to her, and I was on my way. Literally, I think it took me, the longest part was the driving, because where she was is where all the traffic is going at that time of the day. And now I am back at my hotspot. I don't know what to expect tonight, because it was just very slow today. Altogether, I checked on the Facebook groups, and it said that it was really slow as well. So, you know, it's weird, because some people say it's slow, and some people say it's like, oh, I made $200 in 3 hours, and I'm like, how? Unless you're just taking whatever order that comes to you, and you do all the crappy orders. Basically, I think that's what it is. Like, there is no other way, because they're like, oh, I dash in that zone, and then you're like, there's nothing going on in there. I don't understand. Like, I am in the zone where there are like a gazillion restaurants literally over there, and I haven't got a single order in 15 minutes. So how do you, and yeah, okay, I got a $3 order, great. How do you do, you know? I don't understand. And I have 3 apps on at this point. I guess the people who do $200 in 4 hours, it's just either they're doing catering order, which doesn't count in my opinion, because not everyone has access to it, or you're just taking whatever shitty order they send your way, and then yeah, okay, you're making $200, but you're driving way too many miles for whatever they're willing to pay you. And you know, most of the orders that you're doing, it's probably non-tippers as well, which is a big no-no for me. I'd rather make $0. I'd rather make $0 than do a $5 order for 3 miles. Like, I can't bring myself to think that I would do such orders in my day. Such a waste of my time. Like, yeah, I might not get anything in between, but at least I'm not wasting my gas and wear and tear on my car, because that's what you need to think as well, you know. For the people who are like, oh, I take every order because that's money. Yeah, but have you ever thought at the end of the fiscal year when you're gonna fill in your taxes, and your accountant is gonna be like, why did you drive so many miles for so low pay? I have seen countless posts on Facebook groups saying that you are on a 1099, you're gonna have to make your own taxes because they're not taking out of your paycheck by Doordash. And if you take all of the crappy orders, yeah, you will make more dollar amounts at that point in time. But then you're gonna be like that girl who had $15,000 for a $6 order. 15K dollar for 50K miles. How is it even possible? I don't even know. So please think about this when you take orders that are not benefiting you. It don't make sense at all. Like, if you take an order that is lower than the price of gas, please, I urge you to reconsider this, because you're really shooting yourself in the foot right here. And yeah, you might have $5 more, but you might owe $100 more on your taxes because you took crappy orders that literally you're losing money. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but please don't do this. And anyway, not just the fact that for your taxes, for your own personal benefit, it doesn't make sense. Also, you're encouraging the non-tippers at this point, and you're just asking for trouble, because those non-tippers, they will report the food never arrived. They will report items damaged. They will do all of this. We already know. When I see somebody who didn't tip, it irritates me. Like, I know it's hard and inflation and blah 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 blah, At this point, if you don't tip when you order delivery food, I expect you to starve. Like, I expect your food to stay in the restaurant for hours, because that's what you deserve. Even when you're across the street from the restaurant, there is still somebody taking on their time to bring it to you. Like, some people will be like, oh yeah, but the restaurant is just over there and I'm here. Yeah, so why don't you just go yourself then? At this point, why don't you just go yourself? You don't want to. Exactly. So what? You have to pay for delivery. What do you think? But anyway, I digress. In LA, I would say that the hidden tip is between $7.50 and $12. And then you just have to use your brain. Just look at the restaurant, look at the order, look at the number of items, look at what the items are. If it's like 13 items, but then 10 of them is like utensils, then it's a shitty order. No hidden tip, you know. I think people are just too comfortable at this point using Para. And that's exactly why I don't use Para, apart from the fact that it's just not accurate in my market.
It's crap!
Or at least for me, I don't know. It never worked for me. And it was wrong every time. I don't use Para because, first of all, it is inaccurate in my market, never worked for me. And also, when I was using it, I found myself declining some orders that I would have taken in the first place. And it was more of a mental thing, like, oh, this person only tipped $2, I'm not gonna take it, even if the dollar amount was good, because the base pay would be high. And at this point, I don't care if you only tip $1 or $2. It depends on the restaurant. If it's only 2 items and the order total is like, I don't know, $15, you can't really expect the people to tip more than $2. You know, at some point you also need to be reasonable in what you're expecting from the customer. Would you pay $10 on a $15 order? No, because anyone who says yes is a liar or has too much money, and then please send me some.
Just send money.
But in all honesty, you just need to know what you're doing. With Para, I found myself being in the mentality of being like, this person didn't tip enough. And I was like, $9 for 5 miles. See? It's useless. That's a bad order. Tips can only be added after delivery. Yeah, sure. Well then, no thank you. Alcohol delivery either. I came to think like, no, I'm not going to take this order because that person only tipped this and such, and I would just stay there and wait for the perfect order, which does not exist. You know, sometimes the CVS order that I did, the only shop and deliver that I did maybe 2 weeks ago, the total amount was $13.75, and then the order was for 2 items, and the payouts, I mean the amount of the 2 items were not even $4. And I realized that DoorDash paid $11.75 for base pay because it was taking me down south, and I took it because it was taking me to my hotspot from my house. And then the customer paid $2. But what do you expect when the total amount of the order was, in my opinion, not even $10 for the customer? And I don't care who pays at this point. If there is a tip, I'm fine. Unless it's like a 1 cent tip. Yeah, then okay, it's a shit. But you know what I mean. Like, this order, if I saw it on Para, I would have been like, nah, they only tipped $2. But then they only ordered 2 things. And it's bread and broth. What do you expect? It doesn't cost $50. So it was more of a mental thing for me, and most of the time it's just not accurate at all. And it would tell you, oh, this order has a $5 tip, and most of the time it's wrong, and sometimes it's wrong in the wrong way. It would tell you $5 tip, and then it's only a $3 tip. And then you're like,
congratulations, you played yourself.
So I stopped using it. I like to make my own decisions. I don't like having it's something crunching the job for me and doing it wrong. Like when I used to see the full payout, I knew it was the full payout, so I could make a decision based on that. But Para is just inaccurate. It works for some people, I know. It doesn't work for me. And I'm okay guessing. I'm okay missing on some orders. You can't get them all anyway. I don't like the emails that they sent. This person is a DoorDasher who Uber Eats 1,000,000,000%. He has 2 orders of 2 different restaurants. I respect the hustle for anyone doing this job. It's not easy. I didn't like the email that Paris sent maybe 3 weeks ago or something. And they were saying that basically the risk of being deactivated by DoorDash because of Para was virtually non-existent. Now, I don't think you can get deactivated for Para. They're not gonna tell you that that's why you're being deactivated. I think that they are choosing random dashers who are using Para and deactivate them. I can't prove it, but you know, they did receive a cease and desist letter when they began because what they were doing was just illegal. You know, crawling into an app that is not yours to extract data.
That's illegal.
You know, we were all really happy about this app because everyone want to see the full payout. I'm not gonna lie, if Para was accurate 100% of the time, I would use it. You know, everyone would. If Para was accurate 100% of the time, I would use it. It's not, and I run enough apps to not add another one on my phone that is not working. I would just lose some time because sometimes Para would take time before coming to the screen and stuff. I decided to stop using it. I understand that for iPhone people, Para is valuable because it tells you if it's an apartment, if it's a house. It tells you the items sometimes. I have another solution for you guys, and I commented on someone's video, I think it was Jacob, basically on Android. You can see all of that on the DoorDash app, and it's because you can have the widget. So basically it looks like a messenger bubble, and when you get an order, you don't even have to accept it. You get an order, you're on the waiting screen like that. You get the order on your screen and just leave the app. Just go back to your home menu on your phone, and the little bubble is gonna appear. And you click on it, it's gonna give you the restaurant name and address, the customer's name and address. If it's a stacked order, you won't be able to see both customer. That's the only con that I see to that, but you know, you will see the delivery notes. If you click on the customer's name, you will see the delivery notes if there are any, and you will also see, if you toggle the little thing at the top, you will see the items. So if it's a CVS order, you will see the items. If it's a McDonald's order, you will see the items before. It's not gonna tell you explicitly if it's an apartment or a house, but you know, you will see the apartment number if the person entered one. So that's also pretty good. If there is no delivery notes at all, usually that means that the order was done through the restaurant's website most of the time. $6. No, I can't do this. Oh look, DoorDash has paused my dash. DoorDash is a bully. I have the driver utility helper app that unpause me automatically. I don't even have to do anything. This is particularly good when I am driving. Like right now I could do it, but when I'm driving, I don't like looking at my phone. I don't text and drive. I'm not one of those people. I really don't like it. All of those delivery apps to me are borderline when it comes to safety driving. It's really complicated doing it just alone, and you're driving and you see an order and then you take it because you see the payout, and then you're like, damn, it's not a good order. Well, so it does it for me. But this is really a bully. I'm like, oh, you declined too many orders in a row, we're gonna put you on a break, you know. Look, so CVS $9.25, but total may be higher. 6 items. It's going to an apartment and it's all candy. I'm still waiting to get off the waiting list of Instacart. I would like to try at least once in my market. I would like to see the orders that I could get. I've been on the waiting list for like 2 months now. I don't think I'm ever gonna get off the waiting list. I mean, from what I see, there are less and less orders and more drivers. So it wouldn't make sense for me to be approved right now. I was not expecting tonight to be that slow. There's just nothing happening right now. Like, absolutely nothing. And I got a $7 order for 0.3 miles. And so it is below my minimum. But I was like, look, nothing's been happening. It's literally across the street. I could have walked there. And I like this restaurant. The food is almost always ready, and I needed to go to the bathroom anyway, and the food was not ready. While waiting for the food, I received an add-on for a yogurt place that is inside the supermarket over there. And I look at the map, and the delivery address is literally the same as the store. Now, I know that some people try to scam by putting the restaurant address first and then changing it and be like, oh, can you deliver? I made a mistake. And then it's like 50 miles away. Like when they are out of the range of the store, that's what people do. It was a $6 order, and I was like, I did take it in the first place because I wanted to see. I picked up the food for the first customer, and I thought to myself, look, if this is the case, you're gonna waste your time by being on chat with support and all this stuff. I just didn't have the time, I guess. I didn't have the mental strength tonight. It's been really slow. For $6 with an order waiting in my car, I was like, look, you're just asking for problems here. And even if it wasn't a problem, look, it's $6. You need to tip more. So I unassigned myself. My completion rate is 96%. It was 97, so now it's 96. Honestly, I should not even have accepted it in the first place. That's on me. We will never know what was about that order. The order was $8.50 for 0.3 miles. So, you know, I like to take over $10. I will make exceptions for cases like this. He is literally across the street. Right now, it is almost 8 p.m. and I have completed only one order. So that's the real side of the gig apps. Sometimes there are just no orders. Look, a stacked orders for 5 miles for $8. This is disrespectful. And $6.75 for 7 miles on Uber Eats. Both of you. I'm gonna put you on timeout, to be honest. I was about to go to the supermarket, get some stuff for myself, and go home when I just received an Uber Eats for $9.24, I think, for 0.3 miles. I'm not sure what's happening tonight. Everyone is leaving around the restaurants, and everyone is super lazy. Fine with me. The restaurant is over there. It actually closes in 45 minutes, so hopefully it's not gonna be packed. I mean, nothing is happening anyways. It's not like I'm missing orders. Like, literally, I received $4 order in the last 10 minutes. Like, yeah, gas price is too high, people. Come on. It was like at some point for 10 miles, $8. Who does this? So the order was ready, and the guy I think he's the manager, and he was like, did you already picked up an order earlier? And I was like, well, yeah, for somebody else. And he was like, oh, okay. I don't know if he, I mean, I always say, like, for Uber Eats or Doordash, I mean, the previous customer's name was Chris. So it's pretty obvious that it's not me. I mean, even though in English, Chris can be for women. Anyway, I showed him the app, but he remembered me, and he was like, wait, you did already picked up from here, right? I was like, yeah. It's that slow. All right, let's deliver. It's an apartment. Waiting car, call on arrival. Fine. All right, so, whoa. LED lights. Now you can see up to freaking Europe with those lights. So I just delivered to her, literally 2 minutes drive, not even. Literally around the block from the restaurant. So easiest $9 I've ever made, and it was an apartment, yes, but she came and met me at the gate, so I don't think it gets easier than this. Can you see those lights? Damn. It's just not okay. I can't see anything. Alright, so I'm on my way back. It is 8:29 p.m. I'm gonna go do some grocery shopping for myself. And then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go home. If I get an order while doing the shopping, why not? I've already had the case before, but to be honest, I really don't think that's gonna happen. I don't even know where I'm going. Like, I need to turn right to go back there, and I'm just like driving. That's where I am mentally. You know, when it's slow, it's worse than when it's busy. At least when it's busy, you don't have the time to stop, you don't have the time to think, you just follow the GPS, follow whatever it's telling you. When it's slow, it's like, what am I doing? Oh, and it's a dead end.
What are you doing?
The only street I turn in is a dead end, because why not? And it's night, so I didn't even see the sign that it was a dead end. Oh my god. Okay, is this a dead end? Look, I don't know, so I'm just gonna go to the light. It looks like a dead end. If I turned and it was a dead end, I would have been like, seriously? Oh, there's a Trader Joe here. The more you do things with DoorDash, the more you realize that you don't know anything. Like, you think you know your restaurants, and then you don't, and then you have a new restaurant popping up, and you're like, wait, I don't know this restaurant. I've never seen it before. One thing though, a lot of you guys need to seriously calm down when you're driving. Astonishing the number of people who are putting themselves in danger on a daily basis. And I was getting out of the freeway exit. I think it was a girl. She was behind me with her big car. I turned and I turned on the first lane, and I was going on the left lane. So I put my signal to go on the middle lane, and then I put my signal to go on the left lane. I guess I wasn't going fast enough, and she did not pass me fast enough. So I did change lanes right in front of her. And she literally like put her light, you know, her full lights on, and put it back normal, like to, I don't know, to let me know something. And I was like, what do you want? Like, you're behind me. I put my signal and I changed lane. Like, you were not, you were not even close enough for me to reconsider changing lanes. So at this point, you don't own the road. Like, you guys need to calm down. You're nobody. I don't care. The hell you are. I don't care. And she passed me on the right at, I don't know, whatever speed she was. The light was red. So, you know, when the light is red, you don't need to speed, because you're gonna have to stop anyway. And she was turning left like me. She literally, there was somebody doing a U-turn. She couldn't wait literally 2.5 seconds. She did this and then she went to the lights. She crossed the line, so she was in front of everyone at the line. She was first at the line. And when the light turned green, come on, like, I was like, you can't, if something comes in front of her car, there is an accident right here. Like, she was going so fast. All of this to gain what, 2 minutes? Honestly, it's 9 p.m. Like, you have nowhere to go except home. Like, I know you're going home. Why do you do this? Why, first of all, why are you a jerk? Like, lady, pass me or let me go. If you're not fast enough to pass me and you suck it up, you're gonna lose 10 seconds of your time. Ooh. Like, come on. You don't have anywhere to go. Okay? And there is no amount of jerkiness to make me go faster. And if you act like this, I will even go slower, actually. I'm petty like this. And she's not the only one person that I see on a daily basis, like, you know, doing this. And you guys need to seriously calm down, because first of all, you're nobody. Second of all, nobody cares that you have to go somewhere. Third of all, you're putting everyone in danger because you're doing like abrupt movement with your car, like accelerating super fast and then braking, because obviously nobody is going as fast as you. And fourth of all, calm down. Stop being so frustrated and mad behind the wheel, because this is how you get accidents, you know? But anyway, I just came back home. This was a really awful night. Awful day overall, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. Let's not dwell on the past. I'm gonna go home, call my boyfriend, and I'll see you tomorrow.